everybody, it's Oddball, and as you can see, I am watching The Godfather. Ah, it all disappeared! Oh my goodness! Oh well. So I already know a bunch of stuff about The Godfather. It's one of the greatest movies. It's incredibly sexist, and it was actually based on a book. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how much I'm gonna like this movie. Be quiet, phone. I'm doing something. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much I'm gonna like this movie. I like explosions. I'm not really so much a fan of the... Yeah, anyway, so I might... Sacrilege, I know, I might be skipping through a bit of this movie. Yeah, well, here we go. Nice music so far. Popcorn. And watermelon.
He'd come to me in friendship, and the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies.
I like the Zootopia version of this better.
And then they would fear you.
Whoa, that was like a woo!
Hope that their first child be a masculine child. I pledge.
This is so awkward on so many levels. I feel like there's a lot of foreshadowing in this.
I'm making an offer again.
Dun dun dun.
This floor size.
This slow pace isn't so much setting me at ease, it's making me bored.
Oh, look at this. Used to decorate the palace of a king.
This is a scene that's been referenced so many times, everybody knows what it is. I've never actually seen it though. Ew! Hey, you know what? Actually, not so gross. This actually reminds me of waking up on the morning when my period started. That's gross. The horse part's not what you wake up when you get your period, but all that blood is pretty similar. Hi guys! I was bored and needed a bit of a break, so I went and put on this hat. Also, my computer was, like, which is my camera to right now, it was like overheating, so I had to move it around a little bit. I'm actually going to move it back onto this little table here in a second, but you can't really see my face, and I thought I'd talk to you while I'm doing this part, because I am 40 minutes into this movie and I'm still bored. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, maybe because I know what's going to happen that I've spoiled a bit for myself, so I'm a little bit bored, but the pace is incredibly slow, and I think that's partially because I expect them to be faster, but I actually really like old movies. One of my favorites is The Gay Divorcee, which also has a similar, you know, older movie, slower pace, but there's so little that's going on. There's so little that makes me care about this family. Care about this total jerkwad right here. It's just, I don't know, I mean, like, it's bizarre, because, like, you know, on the one aspect, I think he's a good character, but the other aspect, I think he's a horrible being, so I'm kind of like, I don't know what to think, and I don't really care. And when you're 40 minutes into a 3-hour-long movie, that's not really a good sign, so here's hoping it maybe picks up a little bit. Otherwise, I am gonna start skimming through the scenes. They've got good blood effects in this movie. Oh my gosh, call 911! He's still freaking alive! kind of bored because there's so much stuff that's happening that I don't really need to see. Like, we've just had a character who was strangled to death, and I didn't care. I didn't care at all. He was just this big lug of a guy who just was in the movie for like maybe 5 minutes total. If that. Probably closer to 3. Oi. I don't care about his death. I actually care more about the Godfather's death right now, and that's actually fairly minimal. I mean, I'm starting to respect the guy because he does have his principles, but I don't know, he just... Thus far, I'm not really totally into it, but it's... Yeah, I don't know. Michael and his girlfriend, fiance, whatever, are interesting thus far, and I like the conciliere or whatever, the counselor, the advisor guy. He seems interesting. Wedding was pretty. I don't know. Oi. I still love the soundtrack. There's a lot of fancy cars. I really like the cars. One thing I've definitely learned so far from this movie is how desensitized I am to violence, because, you know, I've been expecting such a gory film, and it's really not as gory as I expected. I mean, I've seen people die literally on the screen in front of me, and I'm not really reacting at all. Then again, I also watch Bones, where, you know, you see these disgusting corpses, and I'm like, ew, but after a while, you're just kind of used to it. Anyway, moving on. I am an hour and 46 minutes into this movie, so yeah. I've got over an hour still left, so oi. What the hell am I watching? I was wrong, this is an incredibly violent movie. I was very wrong, this is an incredibly violent movie. Very well filmed, but an incredibly violent movie. I guess if you watch long enough, you start to care. I was very wrong about this movie. Not that I like it, it's just so violent. Oi! Love the cars. Except when they shoot them up. That's disrespectful to those automobiles. I'm in the last half hour. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done this movie. It's taking me longer than 3 hours to actually get through this because I've taken breaks and stuff like that, which I think has actually helped with the perspective of everything so far. I am ready for the movie to be over. I don't think I'm going to watch the sequels. Are we done? Are we finally over? Oh, thank heavens! Oh my gosh, this is such a long movie. I was scared. My dad kept telling me, you don't have to keep watching. I kind of felt like I had to, but I'm so happy it's finally over. Al Pacino is fantastic as Michael, but honestly, and the soundtrack is fabulous, but honestly, I don't care anymore at all. I don't think I cared in the beginning. I don't really care right now. Do I care? Do I care? Itty bitty bit. Maybe itty bitty bit. Oh, Diane Keaton. That's why she looked familiar. She played Kay, his American girlfriend, fiance, wife. Anyway. So, what I've noticed. It is a good film. Excellent. That comes down to personal preference, I think. I'm not a fan of this movie particularly. I mean, it's a good film. I love the soundtrack. It's like it sounded fabulous throughout the movie. But after all of that, just no. Just no. I mean, I am desensitized, and this is a thing from the way I am. And I think I don't want to say it's from my generation because not everybody's the same, but it was too slowly paced, and like this is from someone who likes slow paced, old fashioned movies, but this was like slow, like sleep slow. I'm just kind of like, oh gosh. It took forever for me to actually start feeling like I was interested and involved. And then when I finally was involved, it just kind of went, and I'm like, no, I don't want to care now. I don't feel that it's like you've just blown up any reason I have to care. So anyway, and I felt really conflicted a lot during the movie, which, I guess makes sense, but still, it's like, I'm glad it's a movie that's on Netflix and not one that I paid to see. Oi. Other news. The background's now green. This has been Oddball and my funky hat, and I guess I will see you next time when I actually review something I care about, because if I've learned anything from this, I'm only going to watch movies I want to see. I'm only going to review movies I actually like and enjoy and want to see, because this... I don't care, I don't care, I don't care what your snooty people say. This movie didn't do it for me, and I'm not watching the sequels. And I'm not actually recommending this movie be seen. It's good, but not worth doing. Anyway. Have a good day, or night, or evening, or morning, or whatever time it is wherever you are when you're watching this. It's going to be probably a little bit shorter than 3 hours. Oddball out.